Good morning, Oracles. Well, we had a nice little ugly day yesterday. Oil prices skyrocketing near $130 a barrel. The entire market is pulling down. NASDAQ was down over 3.5%. Tesla down huge, down near $800 to close yesterday. So we are still technically in our bull pennant. I think still Thursday we'll probably see whether we break out or break down. As I've said before, if we break out, don't hold your breath. I'm pretty sure it's not going to last long. And then looking at the stock today, we might actually go green because we pulled back so far yesterday. But again, I don't know. Oil right now and the prices of oil are controlling the market. And I think that's where we're going to be at. But you have to remember with Tesla is actually a hedge against oil. So while the market is pulling back and Tesla's stock price is dropping, Tesla going forward in the future is going to help provide the entire world, and probably starting with the EU as they're recognizing their dependence on oil, and they're really going to start getting into renewable energy over there, and Tesla's going to play a major role with that. Especially with Giga Berlin coming online, Tesla's going to become a more prominent name, and people are going to see Tesla vehicles, and they're going to be like, oh, what's a Tesla? And then they're going to start learning about the fact that Tesla provides more than just the vehicle itself. They can actually provide a whole renewable energy solution. And so while I think inflation itself is going to inevitably pull the stock down even further, in the long run, this is actually probably a great opportunity to buy even more. Because you think about the fact that when we come out of this, renewable energies and EVs are going to be a massive macro environment play to get into. And Tesla is going to be dominating both of those markets. So to be able to be into that stock at a low price because inflation brought it down and not because of fundamental issues that are bringing it down, I think that's going to be a solid play. Again, we talk about it all the time on here. Most of you folks watching this totally understand that's where we're going. We are going to the moon with Tesla in the future. It's just a matter of when. And the lower price we can buy it at, the better we're going to have for our return on our investment in the stock. So how far is it going to come down? I don't know. The way I play Tesla, I had mentioned on last night's video, is I buy my fractional shares in SoFi and then I transfer my full shares into TD Ameritrade. So for me, I'm almost at another full share. So I'm going to end up probably flipping that over tomorrow to a full share, which is actually going to bring my dollar cost average down, which is pretty awesome. And I'm just going to keep on doing that and keep on doing that over the course of the year and keep on bringing my dollar cost average down or whatever I'm going to do and just keep on adding shares. Long term, the stock is going to do extremely well. If you can buy more at this time, I recommend it. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm doing it. I'm going to keep on buying more. Again, it's potential. If we have super high inflation and things get way out of control, maybe the stock does come down to $500. But again, let's look 12, 18 months down the road when we do come out of the whole high inflation and Russia-Ukraine situation. As long as we don't go into a horrible apocalyptic situation, we are coming out of this. We're going to come out and we are going to have winners that are going to really emerge as superpowers coming out of this. Tesla is going to be one of them. And I want to make sure I have as much money invested now before we come out of it. Because if you start investing after we're coming out, you're still going to be a winner in the long run, but you're not going to be as good of a winner as we are going to be by investing now. And there's still a lot of FUD and misinformation that's getting thrown around out there about Tesla. Like I saw somebody on Twitter commenting about, they would rather not spend $75,000 on a Tesla to have to sit for 20 to 30 minutes while their car charges on a road trip. Well, first off, it's ludicrous. Most of the time you're saving money by not having to go to the gas station because most of your traveling is not on road trips. And if you do go on a road trip, you think about it, you got to stop to go to the bathroom or maybe you're getting a bite to eat, and guess what? It's probably going to take you 20 to 30 minutes to do that. And while you're doing it, your car is charging. How many times do you go on a road trip and you have to stop and get gas? Are you going to go pump your gas and just let your car sit at the pump while it's pumping and then go inside to go to the bathroom and get food? You're not, because A, people might just steal and siphon your gas, and 2, that's a jerk of a move by leaving your car sitting at the pump. If you do that, don't do that. So, you know, that's something you're not going to do. And not only that, but why do you have to spend $75,000 on a Tesla? You don't. You can get a Model 3 for 45 grand. So there's just a lot of misinformation that's out there, and it's a matter of getting the knowledge into public hands and ears. And another argument they had was, you're like, well, that doesn't work for lower income families and lower income people. Well, you think about when cars were first invented. When cars were first invented, they weren't for the lower income people either. It was a whole new invention. Everybody back then still rode their horse and buggy or their wagon or whatever it was. And people couldn't afford cars initially. It wasn't until they became mass produced and then they were able to bring the cost down of making the vehicles through Ford and the assembly line. And then it became more well known and widely spread amongst all of the population. It's the same exact transition we're going through right now. Tesla's working on that. They're bringing the cost down on the vehicle. They're making it affordable for the masses. And then we will get that compact car, which will then spread it to everyone. We're going to have other manufacturers out there other than Tesla producing vehicles for a lower cost as well. So this is the transition we're going through right now. We just have to get through it. So yes, Teslas right now are not for really lower income people. They're still going to have to rely on gas vehicles. It's just the reality right now. We will get to the point in the next 5 years, well, that will not be the reality. People of lower income families will be able to afford electric vehicles, and then our oil dependence will be even lower at that point. And then you think about the infrastructure we will need to support all of these electric vehicles. And guess who is going to be supplying all of the renewable energy needed for that infrastructure? Tesla. And yes, there's going to be other players out there like Enphase, which I own as well. And there's going to be other companies as well that are producing this and having help with the infrastructure to get all these electric vehicles charged. But Tesla is going to be providing a solution and a solution to the problem that they already know is going to be created by having so many electrical vehicles on the road. And it truly is insane just to see the foresight of Elon and Tesla and the fact that they're like, all right, we want to create a renewable situation for the entire world. We're having EVs, but we already anticipate that we're going to have infrastructure issues with this many EVs on the road. So we're going to create a solution for that. It's going to create insane traffic. So we've got the Boring Company. That is also going to assist with the problems that this many EVs are going to create, going into robo-taxis and everything in the future. Then manufacturing. Well, how are we going to improve manufacturing? Oh, we've got the Tesla bot. We have a solution for that as well. It's like they're already looking 10 to 15 years down the road to every possible issue that this could create on a mass scale, and they're coming up with solutions for it now. Do you want to be invested in that company now that is creating huge improvements for our entire environment and world and the solutions to any problems that those improvements are going to create? And obviously, if you're watching this channel, most likely you agree with me. You agree that this is a great solution. We are changing the world and we have solutions to the problems that are going to be caused along the way as we improve our entire world going forward. This is why many of us are going to be looking back from 2030 to now and say, I am so glad I invested in Tesla in 2022 when the stock had a major pullback during high inflation, COVID recovery, and the Russia-Ukraine war. Let me know in the comments below, how high do you think inflation is going to get, and how far down do you think that's going to pull Tesla stock? Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support and feedback. If you have not subscribed, please do so down below. Sign yourself up for notifications. I am over on Twitter at OracleTim1. I share all of the latest Tesla news, pertinent stock market information, and all of my daily trades. Thank you so much. Have a great one.